What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. Wanted to check out some of the newer products that have gone up for PO recently with you guys. So this is a new one. OOTD Studio. I've never heard of this company, but we have a regular version without light and not interchangeable, deluxe with lights and replacement hands. So yeah, this is Vegeta from Namek Saga. I actually like this. I think it looks cool. Looks pretty good. The likeness seems pretty decent. You know, Namek Saga, all the characters kind of looked a little different, especially versus like Cell Saga and this pose in particular. But it's, you know, obviously very similar to like Final Flash, but not Final Flash. He's just doing a double key hand and he's going to blast it. But overall, I think this looks pretty cool. You know, there's only a few Namek Vegetas out there. There's the Museum pose by White Hole, and now this one, which is obviously a Key Blast, more dynamic version. But I think it looks pretty cool. Obviously, we've already talked about Z Warriors, so no need to rehash that. This is something I know a few of you have asked about. So this is MRC's newest life-size and 1/4 and bust. That's kind of their trend. You know, they started many years ago doing their Vegeta life-size, then they did the bust, then they did the 1/4 and so forth. So they've come out with their Frieza. Now, the 1/4 looks excellent, and it's, you know, cheap price. I like the way they did the purple parts. Face looks very accurate. Like, that's a very good Frieza face. Decent pose, although I feel like for 1/4 it doesn't work as good. It works great for life size. 1/4 it feels too simple, like especially the base. Like, that is so simple. This works good if you're very low in space, you're collecting other MRC statues. The sculpt, no doubt, is excellent. Same with the paint. I really like the purple parts. I think they did such a good job. You know, it kind of looks translucent a little bit, but a heavy paint app, so it's not really see-through. But I think it looks really good. I'm just not a fan of that base at all. You know, it's like very small, basic. Don't like it. But I love the Frieza sculpt. Like, yeah, that, terrible. You know, like, that's not good at all. Bust looks great. It matches, you know, their entire bust line. It's overscaled, so it won't scale with like my KD stuff, but it does look good. You know, I always loved MRC bust. They're just overscaled, you know, and that's like the whole bust line. So as you know, I own the prototype for that and that. I never got the Goku, simply because I got the KD Goku. And theirs is basically the same pose, just swapping arms. Of course, different costumes, you know. But I think they all look excellent. You know, I think if you own the other MRCs, Frieza's kind of a no-brainer. Matching base, matching scale, it works really good. So I would definitely pick up Frieza. You know, if I was to pick up another bust, it'd be between Frieza or Majin Vegeta. And I'll talk about Majin Vegeta in a sec. You know, and here's the life size, which does include an LED. You know, of course, there's no reason to have the life size with a bust. The life size is definitely much easier to display than the other ones. Like, look at the base size versus these. These ones are super wide, super deep, and like 8 feet tall. Frieza is much more manageable, and as you can see, it's like to scale good with Goku and whatnot. So, you know, for me, still, I think these are the best life-size DBZ statues out there, even though they're ridiculously overscaled. Frieza is supposed to be, you know, like 5'2", I think. Goku's 5'10", yet they make their statues like 8 feet tall. The hands are double the size of my hands. So I'm not a fan of MRC scaling, but the sculpt and paint app is second to none. So yeah, overall, looks excellent. Let's see, what's the price on the life size? I'm curious. $4,500. I mean, a Queen Studios life size is 10 to 15,000. I mean, this is no Queen. The bust is $12.58, and this includes shipping at Kyoland. So it's decent pricing. I mean, the 1/4 is cheap, less than $300 shipped. But, you know, like I said, it's extremely simple. I do like this right here. This is a new Vegito statue. And let's see, what scaling is this? 1/6 and 1/4. It seems like that's the trend lately. You get regulars, deluxes, 1/6 and 1/4. I really like that companies are doing that. You know, I've always said you should make them in both scales, cater to both the 1/6 and 1/4 collectors. It's a pretty simple Vegito statue, you know, but you get obviously a water base, him doing like that little ki blast, folding hands, and holding a Buu head tail. You know, and what's the, I'm assuming the EX is the most expensive at 408. Yeah, I mean, the price is great. That's like half the cost of a KD statue. But it looks pretty good. It's not bad at all. Figure class Goku bust. Now this is basically the exact sculpt of their Goku on Nimbus, the 1/3 they did. You know, so it's a great Goku sculpt. I don't like the lack of body on this. You know, like the way they did this cutout, I don't like that. The base is cool. I feel like it could use a logo. I mean, it's obviously a good Goku sculpt. I just don't like the way they did this cutout. It doesn't look good. In general, I've never been a huge fan of figure class. They constantly are just... Let's see. You know, copying and rehashing the same things. Alright, you got another Army Ant bust. You know, I had the Buu. This is now their Jiren 1250. You know, and he's pretty huge. So if you want to get Jiren busts, that one looks great. Another Vegeta Final Flash. I don't like that one, though. I don't think it looks very good. A lot of these... I'm just curious, like, are people actually buying a lot of these? I do love this Princess Zelda, and I'm, like, wanting to get that, actually. Army Ant also made a Kid Buu to go with their, like, life-size bust. You know, it's the exact same pose, so they rehashed the same sculpt, but made it in 1/4, and they gave you simple versions, or, you know, EX versions like that. It's pretty cool, actually. I like that. So that's pretty freaking cool. I want to show you guys this, though. Hold on. So check this out. This is by Real Creation. I honestly can't remember if I owned a Real Creation piece. Maybe. But they just, they showed off the renders of this a long time ago. Now we actually have the physical prototype of their life-size Vegeta bust. So this is not MRC scale, and it's bigger. But they told me it's not MRC scaling either. So it's not KD, it's not MRC. They say it's more true 1-to-1. Although seeing it next to the girl makes me think otherwise. Obviously, this pose is going to be an absolute B to display. Like, you know, it looks like Bruce Lee's pose. Like, maybe worse, because fingers are out. It does have light up in the base with the little, you know, yellow aura effect. As you can see, is an electricity effect. But yeah, you have the arm going back and the arm going forward. They don't list dimensions here, but I know I have it somewhere. Yeah, like, so check out some Asian girl next to it. You could just see the size of Vegeta's head in comparison to her head, which they've obviously blocked out, which is annoying. But it definitely looks overscaled to me. Like, that looks pretty huge. You know, so I don't want an overscaled DBZ statue. I do really like this. I think the sculpt and paint and concept looks really good, but I fear it's just overscaled. You know, like, look at her hand next to that hand and how much bigger, like, his thumb is. It's triple the size of her thumb. So it definitely tells me this is more MRC scaling. So that alone would make me pass. I can't do that scaling anymore. It bugs the crap out of me. I do not like overscaled DBZ. It just doesn't look good at all. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Let's go to Hexapus website. I wanted to get your guys' feedback as well. Buu Studio. Okay, can't find it. Alrighty, so check out this new cell bust by Buu Studio. Another company I've never bought from, but like you could like literally see his brains in his head, so it has a translucent part. This does look really good though, actually. I'm not sure what these like light up auras are supposed to be, but yeah, I saw photos on Facebook today. I was like, dang, that looks mighty close to the ground. This is only $14.89, and I'm assuming it's ridiculously big. 106 centimeters tall, 86 wide. Yeah, so this is ridiculously big, but I think it's a great looking cell. Still trying to determine how much I like this. I kind of do like it. As you can see, there's some good texture work. Likeness seems pretty good. You know, they got like skin texture there, texture here. So far, I'd say this is the best cell bust I've seen. So there was another one where he was tapping his forehead, but that one, the sculpt and paint looked very cheap. This one looks much better. So yeah, this is good, great looking. No, I wanted to check out, so I'm really considering a Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And it would have to be like this advanced version, where he's just basically, you have that lower bottom base, water effect, aura, and a Goku. Now, it's really hard to say how good a Goku sculpt this is, because it's literally just a drawing. It's not a prototype. You know, like, yeah, it looks good there, but this isn't a physical prototype. So if I wanted to do, let's see, VIP anime. God, there's so many freaking options. I wanted advance, but I don't see it advance here. I think it's the VIP anime. Which one is that? They're making this too confusing. Like, do you really need like 12 options? Is it $1,200 or $750? Maybe it's this one. Let's see. Does it change photos? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So it's $755 for the one I like. Let's see. What's the manga version? I don't even notice a difference. Wait. The boots change. Okay. So $755 for this, and that includes shipping. It's not shipping until Q2. So we have this, and this is going to go between my Majin Vegeta and Fat Buu, or this one right here, the Infinite Studios version, which includes a swap out, like you get an extra bust and head. This is like the physical prototype, you know, or production, it's shipping. This one, you get a little bit of water, then you get land in like a city, you get a little Fat Buu. That's optional. You can do a rock or a cloud instead. You got clouds and light up aura. You know, we've seen some like in hands in a few videos. I mean, it looks pretty good. Like, that's good texture work, pretty decent likeness. It's the first appearance of Super Saiyan 3 Goku. You know, and this one's pretty big as well. 68.5 centimeters. So it's a good size. How big is this one? Let's see. 76 centimeters, so it's taller. I could fit either. That's probably because that giant aura. But if you had to pick between these two, they're basically the same cost, but this one's shipping now. Which one would you pick? You know, and here's like a unboxing video someone did of the Goku, so you can kind of see, you know, especially with that hand, the size of this. I think it's a pretty good size. You know, like that looks pretty good, and then it has that light up feature as well, which I would rarely use. I know a few people in my group received this broken, though, which does worry me. And this is the photo to show you kind of like the idea. I just put that underbase there for whatever reason. But that's kind of the idea, is you have Majin Vegeta, Goku, because I'm going to move my other Majin Vegeta. You know, just, I want a Super Saiyan 3 Goku in this display, the first, you know, thing. And that's where Z Warriors will go. You know, the androids, Cell. This is, I mean, I'm going to do Sume for sure, as long as it looks good, of course. But that's just the white hole Goku. And then the other, like, Z Warriors, different poses. It's kind of what I want my main to display to look like. And then this was the other display. But I can't do Trunks there. He's too tall. Unless I was to move the bust right there and do the 1/4 on the outer edge, then I could. But I got that on PO, and we're going to do Vegeta and my other androids like that, so it still maintains the villains display, which is, you know, what I'm going for. And I was thinking of getting Prime 1 Frieza right there, just because I prefer the pose and base versus my other Friezas. You know, so it's like, you know, you could do the Buu Studio, or you could do this one, or we could wait for another one. I just wanted a museum-style Super Saiyan 3 Goku first, you know, appearance. So, yeah. Not sure if there's anything else new on Sideshow real quickly. Nothing that's really interesting me to even talk about. Anyways, folks, let me know what you guys think of all the different DBZ statues. You know, and especially like on the Goku, which one do you like better, Buu Studio or Infinite Studio? If any of you own Infinite, how do you like it? If any of you own a Buu Studio product, how do you like it? And I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.